All right, you know what time it is? That's right, Grim Workshop. All right, welcome back. All right, so today we do have our Grim Workshop for February. The year started out pretty good, and we're gonna get into this one here right now. We are be using our marbles little knife here that we got from our gear pack. Now, if you're not sure, this might be your first time. I don't know. Maybe you just stumbled across this. If you do, welcome. Hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content. Make sure you leave me a comment and share this out. But basically, what we have here is we have the Grim Workshop EDC Tool of the Month Club. And for $20 flat fee, and you always are going to get more than $20 as far as MSRP. So if you were to buy everything in here individually, it's probably going to cost you $30 to $35, and you're going to have to pay shipping. There's no shipping well, the shipping is included in part of the 20. So these are really cool tools. They have different types of tools. You have you have dog tag style tools. You have like zipper mini tools. You have the possibility of roundabout tools, and they fit really nicely in these pellet tins. And then of course you have the very, very iconic credit card tool, but you also get other cool tools in here too, much like this tool holder. This you can put your credit cards in here to hold them together. You also get tools like what we got last month with this right here, which is a line spooler. And you might also get stuff like this, which is a patch that holds your micro tools. So there's all sorts of things you can get in Grim Workshop for $20. You're always going to get more than what you would pay if you buy it individually. I'm going to say that because, when I say you get more than a $20 value, if it's not something you would normally buy, then you don't have to buy it. So, and that's the nice thing, is because once you see this video, this package is going to be available for the rest of the month. So if you want it, you can buy it. If you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. If you're subscribed and you don't want it, then you can just cancel it. But anyway, let's get into this here. As always, you will have a card that tells you what you got. You're going to usually you get 2 to 3 tools, and you're going to get 2 tip cards. The tip cards used to be a lot better, but they're still good. They're still good. All right, we're going to start with our tip cards today, and we have 2 tip cards. We have card number 138, Oral Hygiene Care. Keep your teeth clean. Toothpaste alternative, dental floss, stuff like that. But these things are waterproof. They're pretty resilient. I'm sure they'll burn real good because of how they're made. So if you don't need any more, I guess you could always burn it, but I wouldn't recommend it. And they have a little bit of information on there to help you out. It's like you build like a tiny little survival book. So, and then our second one is card 139, and it is Fire from a Light Bulb. It pretty much tells you how to use a light bulb and a 9-volt battery to get a fire going. Maybe we'll try that out. I don't know if it'll work with these I don't know because a lot of light bulbs now are LED, so I don't know if they'll have the same type filaments in there, because they got rid of the it's hard to find those type of light bulbs anymore. But we'll see. We'll look around and see what we can find. But anyway, these cards run like $1.85 each. To be fair, I've never seen them on the site for sale, so I don't know where they're coming up with that. But they say that they MSRP for $1.85. And as you can see, I do have a whole bunch of them. Like I said, the old ones are a lot cooler because you had information on both sides. These ones essentially are built kind of like a plain deck, but But yeah, so we're going to put these in order here. So the last one we got was 135. Now we got 138, 139. So lots of cards to get, lots of good information. But as you can see, real small. They won't quite fit in the Altoid tin. I did try. They just don't quite fit in there. But one thing you can do is if you get like the like a lot of times like gum will come in like that hard plastic case, you can fit them right in there. But anyway, all right, moving on. We are going to go on to our next item, which is the First Aid Dog Tag. Again, you do get these really cool dog tag cards. This is one of them right here. This is the First Aid. First aid scenarios can happen at a moment's notice or without warning. So basically, a small first aid kit with sutures, tweezers, and more. Now, of course, I don't know if I really call this a first aid kit, but you know, you are going to get a silencer. So if you do wear it around your neck, you have the silencer, as well as you will get. They used to include the both long and short ID tag. Now they're just in chain. Now they're just including the short chain, which is still fine. You put that on a keychain too, but anyway. So let's check this out here. So according to this here, so this has saw. Okay, so you've got 2 tweezers, or no, you have 2 size sutures, which is your needles to sew with. You have your tweezers, just slide the 2 C-shaped openings together. You have a saw file, and even a tick remover on the end of it. So, right here, that's your tick remover right there. So, if you don't want ticks. So, and then of course the tweezers have, and they're pretty aggressive. I mean, I don't know, yeah, but the file, the teeth are pretty on those files. The teeth are pretty aggressive. So then you have a little saw on the end here. So this might be better if you could like wrap some cordage around it. But yeah, your cordage tool right here. So they kind of all work together. But yeah, so this first aid tag, the MSRP for this is $9.99. And one thing about these, if you notice on the back here, a lot of them, they have this white back. Well, you can peel that off and you can actually stick it on something. So you can like stick it onto the tin. Like you might want to stick it on the top. So you can stick your dog tag tools like right on the top of the tin. And then that's where they're going to be. And then on the other side, you have a black side behind there. That's your retention section. So you can take it off, use it, put it right back. That's it. So that is another dog tag tin. And I've been meaning to find some of the, I'm going to order some of the micro, the Altoids, the small ones, because those will fit in there. They'll stack really nicely in those. So, all right. And then we come up to the, how should we say, the prize, I guess. It's like the prize, but this is the Bilko Wright signature card. I really like the signature cards because these people were, most of these people were on alone, and they were either finalists or something. Some of them but a lot of these people were on alone, and so they went out there, and so they got to the Grim Workshop got with them, and they made their own survival cards. It's kind of an interesting one here. It's got a lot of the usual stuff, but it does have something very unique on it. So, yeah, so this is the Bilko Wright signature card. Was created with Survivor Expert and a lone Season 8 finalist. Biko, not Bilko, Biko. Nature lover and musician. So, this fishing lure here is shaped like a guitar pick. So, because he loves his music. So, but it fishing barbs, spear, arrow tips, as well as hooks, needles, a knife, and more. Each item can be removed, used, and then put back into the card. So again, that's what that retention pick is for. But as you can see here, you've got your knife here, and I believe that the edge, the side might be able to be used as a fish scaler because it has those grooves in it. It has a little saw back right here, which I don't know what you knew that. Maybe you could probably make some. You could probably get some like grooves in for snares or something. Then you have a lure up here and a lure down here, and also a guitar pick. You have 4 fish hooks, and then you have 2 of these barbed fishing spear tips. So And then, of course, you have this one here. You have a place, if you notice here in the end, it has like these indentations. You can wrap cordage around that. You could wrap like fishing line or, you know, bank line or something. You could wrap it around there, so then it's like you have cordage wrapped around here. With this card in mind, I would probably go with fishing line. But, you know, you could wrap fishing line around there. You could probably what I would do is tie the fishing line off in this hole right here on the corner, and then go in there and then wrap it up. Wrap it, and then tie it off on the other end there. So you have, like, you know, your fishing line wrapped in there, and that way that gives you something to use with your fish hooks and lures. So it's kind of like the total package. There also has a couple tie-off holes in that knife there, so which is nice because, you know, you could get like a small stick, and you could tie that, you know, lash it to a small stick, and that would be a lot more secure. But yeah, that's the Biko Right signature card. The MSRP for that is $21.95, and I really like the signature cards. My favorite is, of course, and I gotta show it because it is my absolute favorite. I have both the Zachary Fowler ones. Wayne Russell. Where you at? Oh, you're another 10. Yeah, but I have both of the Zachary Fowler ones, which is pretty cool because he has 2 for Grimm. We're gonna put this one in with there, but ooh. Again, I have so many cool cards here. There we go. I love this one. Bob Hansler, my favorite card. You got a lot of fish hooks. You got some lures, soy needle sutures. You got your saw. You got your knife, and you have around the knife blade you have a fishing line wrap. But you also have a hook sharpener. Very well thought out. Bob Hansler is great. A lot of cool cards. I have a lot of really cool cards. Hand reel. A lot of lock picking ones. Tweezers. This one is one of my favorites. It's got your ferro rod, you've got your striker, you've got your scraper, and you got that magnesium block. Great card. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a good design for the cards so that when I can go out and I can have pretty much everything that I need, you know, to augment a survival kit. Again, these aren't like good for but you know, individually by themselves, yeah. But if you add them to a survival kit, you've got a pretty good handle on what, you know, pretty good survival tools. But that's it. Again, $20 a month, and the Biko card is $21.95 plus shipping and handling. So you're probably going to pay like $27 if you just want the Biko card. So $20 a month is pretty much a steal for this. Because if you get a good card, then the tips and the micro card is just icing on the cake. But that's it. Hope you like it. Again, we're still waiting. I know that some people have already received theirs. We haven't yet, but we are still waiting on our Barrel and Blade for January. That's when they charge it. So yeah, so we have the January Barrel and Blade coming. We'll just probably call it February because, you know, that's when we're going to get it. But we got the Barrel and Blade coming for that, as well as Gear Pack should be here. Gear Pack should be here in like a week or so. So we'll have our Gear Pack coming in, and we have our Barrel and Blade, which is the full Barrel and Blade this time. It's not just the Chow line. So we're going to have the Chow line plus the Recon level. So I already know what's in it because other people already got it and I accidentally watched it, but that's okay. I don't mind spoilers every once in a while. It gives me a chance to kind of do a little research so I know what we got. But yeah, so pretty good stuff coming this month from Barrel and Blade. Next month I probably won't watch the other channel, Brad's Journey, until after I have seen my Barrel and Blade. But yeah, Barrel and Blade, gear pack on the way. That's going to be it again, because we dumped SHTF again. I don't regret it. Last month's wasn't too bad, but I remember last year January was really good last year too, and then it kind of started to slide downhill. So we'll see. If you do want to see that SHTF box, then head on over to Paul's Gear Review. He's still doing it. He's willing to give him a little bit more of a shot. I know that it's just like he said, you know, he's kind of has like, he doesn't know what else to do. I know that from talking with him, I know that like the Barrel and Blade is not really kind of his cup of tea because of the whole barrel aspect of it. So for me, it's good because, you know, I got a lot of firearms and I need this stuff. So Barrel and Blade, I'll be doing that. But if you still want to check out that SHTF box, head on over to Paul's Gear Review. Hey, if you're not subscribed to his channel yet, I don't know why. His channel is a lot further along than mine. He's got a lot of good reviews up on there, and yeah, pretty good guy too. So yeah, so go check him out if you want to see the SHTF box. He also does, and I'm watching his battle box openings because battle box is doing like a quarterly theme now, and so I want to see how this first 3 months go, because they're kind of they say that the idea is they're going to be designing it so that all 3 months like fit into a particular theme. And if you watch my videos, you know how I feel about when we get a really good theme for gear pack. Those are the better boxes when you have a good theme, well thought out theme, and good items put into it. So I want to see how this first quarter pans out, and then I might pick up Barrel and Blade. You know, probably like I don't know, maybe like June. I'm not saying that I am, but if they keep going this path where each, you know, every 3 months builds on one theme, I think that's a really good way to get Battle Box back up into the premier tier, because I know that when I first started watching these videos, Barrel and Blade to me was just like, oh wow, that is an awesome box. And then by the time I got around to getting my subscription boxes, I looked at some of the more recent battle boxes, and they were pretty lame. I mean, you know, they had good gear in them, right? They had good stuff, but there was just kind of like random stuff thrown in a box. And yeah, I get it. That's kind of cool, but when you had started with a really cool themed style box, like, oh, we're gonna do fire, we're gonna do CBRN, we're gonna do water, we're gonna do first. You know, when you have first aids are usually pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. You can only put so much stuff in there. It's kind of you know, if you've ever taken any first aid classes, you know, you get those boxes, and it's kind of, you know, the boxes that now my medic box, they put out some pretty good stuff, but a lot of these others, it's kind of like you know, you get this kit and that kit, but at least when you have a nice theme put together and the box makes sense, I feel that you get more enjoyment out of spending your money, because at least, as you know, it's like, because when I got like the bushcraft, and again, I keep referring back to that because it is still hands down my favorite gear pack I ever got was the Bushcraft 2.0. I keep hoping Gear Pack will send out another Bushcraft box, but for me, that Bushcraft box was so well. Everything that was in that box fit the theme, and so it flowed so smoothly, and that's the kind of boxes that I really like. When they send out like handy, I'm just like, I know that it's just going to be a bunch of random stuff in the box, and I'm never quite happy with those boxes as I am even if you take like a firebox and you put in kind of lame stuff in it. At least if it's a cool theme, it's cool. But when you have like just no theme and it's just thrown in there, and that's the way that BattleBox has been going. So I like the direction they're going with this whole theme thing for 3 months. But I've rambled on long enough. Hey, Barry, yeah, hey, let me know what you think about the Grim Workshop. Until next time, hey, keep prepping.